Hey, this is Jeffrey with CoachesTrainingBlog.com, and almost 10 years ago now, Hal Elrod went through Master Coach University, and little did I know that he would become the best-selling author of The Miracle Morning. Recently, Hal asked me if I would help teach his advanced students at his Miracle Morning Mastery event some of what he learned from me in Master Coach University, and I thought the best place to start would be the fundamentals. So where the Miracle Morning starts is with Hal's Life Savers. Savers just being the acronym he uses for silence, affirmations, visualization, exercise, reading, and scribe. Now I've done my own versions of Savers for almost 20 years now, and some of which we actually teach our students here at Master Coach University. So how do I do these Savers? In this video, I'm going to explain how I start my day with silence, otherwise known as meditation. So what is meditation? Well, meditation is not sexy. It's kind of like brushing teeth for your mind, but calming and clearing the mind and just relaxing in quiet contemplation is a very powerful part of your Miracle Morning for your own empowerment. So what is it? It's an awareness or a mindfulness exercise. It's also a way to calm, slow, or stop the mind. The mind tends to race around during the day and becomes kind of a reactive pinball. It becomes a bit of a race car going at full speed. And so having a tool or a vehicle through which you can actually slow that down, can calm your mind, that's pretty important and effective, especially if you've got a full plate. How does meditation empower you? Why bother meditating? Your brain ages once you get to a certain age, 20, 25, something like that. And then after that age, your brain atrophies over time. Now this atrophy process is very, very, very slow. So from year to year, you're not going to notice that your brain is moving slower or anything like that. But after 30, 40, 50 years, there is actually a physical way of measuring brain atrophy. And here's a little fact for you. Brains are actually about 7 years younger when doing daily meditation. And this is based upon a study that they did on 50-year-olds who had meditated for an average of about 20 years. They had brains 7.5 years younger than the average 50-year-old brain. And considering that that's like the main organ that really shows that we're truly alive as humans anyways, how we think and feel, and you could easily argue that it's the most important thing that you'll want to keep young. Other reasons to consider: you'll think more clearly. You won't react to problems and troublesome situations with as much intensity or chaotic thinking as you might have without meditation. You'll lower your stress levels. You'll have more confidence. You'll also solve otherwise intractable problems in your life and business. Many times these solutions will actually come up during your meditations. And by the way, keeping a cool head while your problems and pressures are increasing is a very helpful thing. I mean, if you're becoming more and more successful, chances are there's going to be more put on your shoulders, more responsibility, more money, more lives at stake. If there's going to be increasing responsibility or increasing accolades and rewards, well, that's increased pressure. That's also increased problems. So as our success increases, our problems increase as well. So when that happens, we want to be able to cool off. A lot of people can't handle this. You've probably seen somebody in the past who has gone higher and higher and higher in their life in some area, in their relationships or in their finances or in their career or with their physical body. And at some point, they either burn out or they can't have a kind of mini nervous breakdown. Something happens and they lose their edge or they sabotage themselves. Although that could be a variety of things, one of the reasons that could have happened is that as life began to become more intense or speed up, their mind couldn't keep up with that level of pressure. They ended up putting so much more pressure on themselves internally that it wasn't sustainable. Meditation shifts you into a higher gear in your own mind. So imagine if you were to try to go 75 miles an hour on the highway in first gear, you'd blow your engine. Now, the good news is you can go 75 miles per hour in a car, or in your life for that matter, but you got to be in a high enough gear so the RPMs stay below the red line. And that's what people do in their life. They hit a mental red line because they're not in a high enough mental gear. You want to be able to go 75 miles per hour in your life, be in high mental gear, be able to give low effort, and slow your thinking down a bit while your life is actually speeding up. That is a necessary ability. Now, one big pitfall is make sure that you have the right motivations to meditate, so it's sustainable. Do not meditate because you think meditation is going to make you special or give you superpowers. And don't meditate because it'll give you some kind of guru status. It won't. Could it improve your mental performance? Sure it could. Could it set you up to handle more pressure? What would normally stress someone else out? Absolutely it could. So does meditation help? Yes, but don't do it because you think it's going to make you Superman or Superwoman. It doesn't work like that. In fact, that's the very type of thinking that meditation supports you in letting go of. The need to become somehow superior to everyone else. The need to have some greater power, whether it's mind power, physical power, or financial power, any kind of power. It's not about power. Can it give you some power? Yeah, I suppose you could argue that too. But if that's your motivation, you're probably not going to keep doing this. So let's get down to it. How do you do this? How do you meditate? I'm going to give you 3 simple steps. First step is relax. Second step is to be aware. And the third step, free your mind. So let's start with the first step, the relax step. This is kind of a fun one. There's a lot of ways that you can relax, obviously. So you can use just about anything that you normally do to relax, other than concentrate on some distraction, like go surf the internet or hang out on Facebook or watch videos like this. You know, this is not relaxing. This might be distracting, but it's not about relaxation here. And by the way, the reason I say that is because although you might be more relaxed watching a video or doing some distraction than you normally are focused on your work day or you're taking care of your household or something like that, it doesn't mean you're truly relaxing. That is not the point of meditation. So to relax, you want to sit or lay down. A lot of people say laying down's not okay, but if laying down helps you relax, I say go for it. Next, breathe. There's a way that you can breathe that allows you to feel relaxed. There's a way that you can breathe at a relaxed pace. And finally, close your eyes. Next, let's move on to the awareness phase. Once you've relaxed, you want to become aware. So notice your body sensations. Notice what's around you. Notice your breathing. Again, keep the focus on your breathing and be aware of it. Also, notice any thoughts that you might be having and let them come and go. A lot of people will say, well, meditation is about not thinking or controlling your thoughts, and couldn't be further from the case. This isn't about changing your thinking. Now, can meditation alter the way that you think? Absolutely, we know it can. But the point is not to consciously try to control your thoughts. The point is to be aware of them. Notice your thoughts, let them come, and then let them go. No judgment, no need to do anything, fix or change any thoughts, just notice them. Next and final step, free your mind. And this is the easiest step. If you've done the first 2 steps, you've really put the work in for your meditation time. During this step, you really just free your mind. Let yourself go. Think about whatever you like. Let your mind go where it will. One of the things that's ironic about this is that when I'm concentrating and focusing and trying to stay aware throughout my meditation, and at the end I go into the free your mind phase and I'm just allowing my mind to focus on whatever it wants, think about whatever it wants. Sometimes, to be fair, I will think about things. I'll actively actually become more active with my thinking, but sometimes I'll actually do what I originally was attempting to do during the rest of the meditation. So during a meditation, I might struggle to stay focused on my thoughts or my breathing or stay aware, and I'm wrestling with that and it's not working, and then I say, okay, great, it's time to free my mind. It's time just to let go and think about whatever I like, And that's when I actually truly relax, become aware of my thoughts, and my mind starts to finally slow down. So that's really it. Those are the 3 steps to meditation. And I'll give you a little bonus here. Right before step 3, plant an idea in your mind. Now, the more time you spend focusing on and meditating on this idea, the better. And it's up to you what that idea is. There are a lot of approaches that I've taken. They all are fantastic. There are many, many more than what I'm going to have time to mention here in this short video. But I'll give you a few ideas. So as you're becoming aware of your thoughts, you're practicing that awareness, before you free your mind, so to speak, perhaps you visualize a light that's pouring through your body, and you let your body warm and vibrate with that light and become that light. You might visualize the way you'd like your life to be and imagine the ideal self, so to speak. Or you might focus on certain words that have certain meanings for you, what we'll call affirmations. But instead of saying them over and over again, you're just focusing on them. You're letting them resonate within your soul. And finally, let's cover a couple keys to meditation. First, meditate in the morning to set the mindset for the day. It's very hard to get to it once the day is chugging along. It's better to get it out of the way so you make sure that you actually did it today. Also, during the day when you're running things and having communications and going through the steps of your day, those are the moments when chances are going to be the most stressful and the moments that are really going to make your mind race and speed up and bounce around like a reactive pinball. So that's probably the best time to have already done your meditation, so you really give it a chance to pay off in real life, not just right before you go to sleep. Next, only take the time that you actually have to meditate. You can't meditate with time that you just don't have. Consistency and frequency are way more important than how long you meditate for. I'll meditate between 1 and 12 minutes daily, almost never more than that. Next, use guided meditation. For instance, I've made several of these for our students here at Master Coach University, and I use one of the 7-minute coach meditations for myself on a regular basis. And the focus of this meditation has to do with my leadership and ability to coach and the state of mind I go into when I coach, things like that. Use Headspace. Headspace is a great source of guidance for meditation. They have different lengths of meditations between 3 and 60 minutes. They also have some really fun ways to track how often you're doing it and for how many meditation sessions, how many hours of meditation you've done. So if there's a bit of motivation there to pat yourself on the back because you've done so much meditation, then Headspace definitely has you covered there. Also, meditate outside or anywhere that you can get some distance from interruptions. Sometimes this is unavoidable. You're going to have interruptions show up during meditation. It doesn't have to destroy your meditation, but it definitely helps to have some isolation so it's easier to stay focused and relaxed. Use headphones, especially if you're using guided meditation. And if you can't get to a quiet place, you can always put in some earplugs. Breathing starts the meditation. So anytime you need to go ahead and take that first step and relax, even if you're not in a relaxing place, even if you can't sit down, just go ahead and breathe into that meditative space. You change your breathing, the relaxation will naturally follow. You can't meditate wrong. There's really no way to do this wrong. You could always improve it, but this hopefully is a lifelong practice, not something that you just do on a lark. If you're just kind of dabbling in meditation, okay, that's fine. It can still make a difference, but that difference will be temporary. And finally, if you're stressed about something, more meditation is better. So if you know you got a big presentation coming up, or you know that you've got a lot going on in the next week, great, double up your meditation. Don't meditate less, meditate more. You need that support, that relaxation, and that awareness during times when there's more on the line. So that's how I start my day with meditation, otherwise known as silence. So once again, this is Jeffrey Suey. I hope this helps you as much as it helped me over the years. And if you'd like to master this stuff, consider coming to the Miracle Morning Mastery event coming up soon, where I'll be teaching even more. Or if you're watching this video after the event happened, go over to the event page at miraclemorning.com anyway. There might be something coming up. And by the way, if you'd like to grab my meditation I've created for coaches, head on over to coachestrainingblog.com and sign up, and we'll send that meditation over to you. It's made a huge difference in my coaching and my practice as a coach. Before I get on the phone or before I get face-to-face with a client, really puts me in the right frame of mind to do the best service that I can for any client in any situation, anytime, anywhere. Take care, and I'll see you there.